The Detroit Lions are supposed to be one of the best teams in the NFL this year. So this is probably going to be one of the least rebuilding rebuilds I have ever done, at least to start out. But I do have some worries for this team that we'll get to in a second that might actually make this a difficult rebuild in the future. But today we are going to see if we can get this Lions team their first ever Super Bowl win, because they are definitely trending in that direction in real life. But I'll talk a little bit about the potential problems with this team in just a second. But super quick, on the Bears rebuild I did, we easily got to 800 likes, which is pretty cool. So let's see if we can get to 1,000 likes, and once we hit that, I will do the next team, starting a new division in this series where we are going to be rebuilding every team in the NFL. Which, by the way, y'all voted on the last video, and we are going to be doing the NFC EAST next. And we are going to do the same thing on this video, so let me know what NFC team y'all would want to see. Either the Commanders, Giants, Cowboys, or Eagles. The best way to do the voting I can think of is just one comment counts as a vote, so be sure to go down and let me know what team y'all want to see next. I'm guessing it's going to be the Commanders or Giants, but we'll see. And very last thing, be sure to subscribe, because like I said, I'm going to be rebuilding every team in the NFL, so eventually I will get to your favorite team, and you can be one of the first 5,000 subscribers or whatever on this channel if you want to be. Also subscribe to the main channel, link in the description, trying to hit 60K over there soon. But without further ado, let's get into this rebuild and my fear for this rebuild. I don't know the best way to put this, but I think we are going to be absolutely screwed in terms of cap space. Jared Goff is going to be getting, I think, 53 mil per year. Amon-Ra St. Brown is going to be getting, I think, 32 per year. And let me see, what's Penei Sewell going to be making? Because I know they extended these three players very recently. It was 4 years, 112. That's a pretty good deal. Well, 28 per year. Just between those three players alone, that's what, over 100 mil in cap per year? This team is going to be expensive. So more than likely, by the end of this rebuild, this team is going to be looking very different, because I don't know how many players we can afford to bring back. I will say, though, I loved what this team did in the offseason. I think they're one of the most underrated signings out of any team in the league is the signing of DJ Reader. If this D-line stays healthy, this is probably going to be the best D-line in the league. Now, it probably won't stay healthy because Marcus Davenport, but I even like James Houston, John Kaminsky, and Josh Paschal aren't bad either. And I also really like what this team did in the draft. Terrion Arnold was a great pick. I really like the Christian Mahogany pick. You know, big shout out there. He's commented on my videos before, so that's fun. Mekhi Wingo, I liked that one too. The only thing is, I'm not sure how much of a role that draft class is going to play here, other than, of course, Terrion Arnold, and maybe Christian Mahogany pretty soon. But anyways, I'm excited to get into this. It's going to be really interesting to see how this team does. I do see them do pretty well in simulation a lot of the time, so this could be a pretty successful rebuild. We will see. But let's get to the midseason point of year one, and we'll see how we do. All right, well, kind of a rough start here. We are only 3-4 at the midseason, but we do have the lead of the division at 3-4 somehow. Every other team has 2 wins. So, I mean, I guess we'll take that, but I wish we were better. Oh, we have one of the worst offenses in the league. Well, let's hope things get better. That's really all we can do for now. But of course, we have a decent amount of re-signings. I didn't realize how many upcoming contracts this team has. I guess it's not too bad, but I definitely want to leave McNeil back. We'll offer him 4 years, 66. I'm not sure if he'll take this because he isn't super interested, but he doesn't. Okay. Well, we'll try to get him back at the end of the year. Carlton Davis, 3 years. We'll go 3 years, 27.6. He takes it. Marcus Davenport, we'll see. Ifeatu Melifonwu has been pretty good. So we'll go 4 years. I only want to do like 3 years, 22. Doesn't take it. Taylor Decker I want back, but he's a little scary in this game sometimes. Yeah, he's just one of the tackles in this game that are just absolutely horrendous. So I think we're not going to bring him back. And then everyone else is pretty much depth. So, well, there is Kevin Zeitler, but he's 33. So we'll see at the end of the year. And because not Kevin Zeitler, Taylor Decker has already allowed 7 sacks, I think we're going to bench him. The rest of our line is doing super well. It's just him. So maybe that'll make our offense a little better, hopefully. I don't know who we're going to bench him for, but it'll be hard to be worse than 7 sacks allowed in like 300 snaps. You know, I don't know how well Christian Mahogany would hold up at tackle, but we'll try it. He's a good pass blocker. He should be fine. But let's get to the end of the year, and we will see how we finish. Hopefully better than we're doing now. Ah, I see. We finished 7-10 in year one. I would wager to to say that the Lions are probably going to do a little better than that in real life, assuming they stay healthy. The Commanders went 9-8 and made the playoffs. The Falcons went 13-4. The Broncos went 10-7. This game has issues, man. Jared Goff was pretty bad. I mean, we just weren't very pass heavy, but 22 touchdowns to 13 picks. That isn't a great ratio. I'm stupid. I meant to start Jahmyr Gibbs. My fault, but it looks like Jahmyr Gibbs was bad in the snaps he played. I will start him next year, though. But for now, it might have been the right choice to start Montgomery. And then Amon-Ra St. Brown led the team with less than 1,000 yards, but 11 touchdowns. I mean, for how bad our offense seemed to be, I guess we'll take it. Jamison Williams was okay. Sam Laporta was not great. For blocking, our O-line was amazing. I mean, I guess we just didn't pass much, to be fair, but only 23 sacks. That's great. Normally, if we have offensive struggles, it's because the O-line underperforms, but not here. And then Jack Campbell, 126 tackles, led the team. He's probably going to win Defensive Rookie of the Year, even though he's not a rookie anymore. I always feel the need to explain that you can't change players away from being a rookie, so if it was up to me, I would obviously change him away so he wouldn't win Defensive Rookie of the Year, because he's not a rookie anymore. Don't blame me, blame the game for being garbage. But for TFLs, we had a ton. 19 for McNeil, 18 for Hutchinson, 17 for Davenport, 15 for Reeder, but for sacks, 8 for Hutchinson, 3.5 for Reeder was second, 3 for McNeil, and 1 for Marcus Davenport. That is something. And then picks, 3 for Branch and Carlton Davis, 2 for Melifonwu, and then 1 for a few players. This was definitely a season. I kind of thought we would struggle at first. I just thought our defense would underperform. I didn't think it would be our offense. But our defense didn't look that good either. It is pretty clear what we need to fix, though. At least on defense. On offense, we'll see. But MVP goes to Patrick Mahomes, unsurprisingly. I'm surprised it wasn't Lamar, because it seems like he's been winning all of them lately. But Offensive Player of the Year goes to Brandon Ayuk, one of the seemingly like 4 players that can win it. Defensive Player of the Year goes to DeMarcus Lawrence. All right, sure thing. Caleb Williams wins Offensive Rookie of the Year. I'm glad to see it's an actual rookie. And Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Kobe Turner. So not even our guy and not an actual rookie. Jared Verse technically wins Defensive Rookie of the Year, as he usually does. But obviously very disappointing first year. So let's forget this ever happened. Let's get into the offseason, and let's hopefully make a few changes to this team. I didn't think we would need to, but apparently we do. I think we're mostly just going to try to improve through the draft because, you know, year one free agency is usually super weak, but we'll see. You never know. And in the Super Bowl, you'll never guess who won it. It was the Cowboys. Big shocker. I think that was the first Super Bowl, Cowboys-Ravens, that happened in my Panthers 10-year rebuild, which after this, if you want a long rebuild to watch, go to the main channel. It should be a ton of fun, or, well, it was a ton of fun, but I think y'all will enjoy it. But for re-signings, we still have, obviously, a good amount here. Aleem McNeil, we obviously want back. We'll offer him very player-friendly, which is pretty expensive, but he'll probably get something similar to this in real life. Maybe not as long, but I guess it could be. We'll offer him 5 years, 98 mil, and he does take it. Marcus Davenport, no. I mean, he had TFLs, but 1 sack in like 1,000 snaps. That isn't exactly great. I think I could luck into 1 if they send me on a blitz. You know what I'm saying? Scheme me wide open, Trayvon Walker style. No chance I could tackle a QB, but Ifeatu Melifonwu, yeah, this is fine. I mean, I'm trying to be careful with the cap space because I know how scary it's gonna be, but we'll go 5 years, 41. He takes it, and I think he is the last player, well, he's the last player we can re-sign. We have negative 570K, even though that's not what it said a second ago. I do want Kevin Zeitler back, but unfortunately, probably not gonna happen. We could restructure some deals, actually, but this might make things even worse in the future if I do. It would free up some money, though. That might be smart if we want to be good this next year. I'm not going to restructure all of them, but I'll restructure a couple of them. Because, like I said, I do want Kevin Zeitler back. We'll go player-friendly, but just 1 year, 14.4, and he takes it. And then that's all we're going to do. So let's see if there's anyone in free agency. More than likely, we're not going to do much at all, but we might as well check. Okay, this is maybe the worst free agent class I've ever seen. Taylor Decker is the best player, even for year 1. This is horrible. Okay, I'm good, probably. Let's get to the draft. But we pick at number 10 this year, probably higher than we should be, probably a lot higher than this team will pick in real life, but that's Madden for you. And what do we want to do? I saw some good players, but we have a lot of needs that could be filled through the draft, so I didn't want to trade up. I guess we could have maybe traded future picks, but Okay, the defensive ends are gone. There are still decent ones like Arthur Barnard, not Barnard, Roman Lynn. They're all right. I might go with a receiver here. Which one do I like more, though? Warren McDonald and Jeremiah Royal both look really good. You know what? I think we're gonna go with Warren McDonald, actually. I don't know if he's a better overall, but at the very least, he's a year younger than Jeremiah Royal. He's a lot faster, has elite acceleration and agility, or change of direction and agility. Plus, y'all know I'm a sucker for a medium route playmaker type receivers. I think Royal will be the higher overall, but again, McDonald is a year younger, and that matters so much in this game. So let's take him. Hidden dev, 93 speed, 95 change of direction, 94 agility, 92 excel. Sounds good. And then round 2, there are a few defensive ends left, but nobody too great. Actually, Brody Fisher's interesting. If he didn't have D block shed, I would think he's pretty good, but he might be decent. We could also go with Angel Shelby. Actually, he kind of only has man coverage. I guess he is kind of fast too, but safety isn't like a desperate need or anything. Oh, never mind. I think I found our pick. Adrian Stalker. Not a great last name, but at least it isn't spelled the same way as the word. Look at the combine. The rest of it was fine. He can't jump, but 44 bench reps, and he ran a 4.98. That is an insane combination. Somehow being that strong, his power isn't that good, but he's a very good finesse blocker. We do need a tackle more than a guard. Is Christian Mahogany gonna be our left tackle again? I mean, it worked well last year. I highly doubt that's what happens in real life, but I mean, we're gonna take the good player if we can find a good player. Adrian Stalker, hidden dev, 96 strength. We'll take that. I'm glad I looked at guard. I almost didn't. And then last pick here. I still do want a defensive end, but none of them are good, it looks like, or even draftable. So I think we might stay away from that. I don't really even know what I want to do here. I might just make a random pick, or just, it would probably be better to simulate it than throw away a 4th round pick, which most of the time is a throwaway anyways, so what's the difference? I might go with another lineman just because it's always good to carry a good 5th guy, especially in Madden, or 6th guy. I kind of like Zach Gray. The only thing I don't like actually is the impact block. Usually, as I always say, a impact block and lead block is a very good sign of a like 80 something overall guard, but he has C to F for both. Usually the pass blockers do have C to F lead block, but I wish the impact block was better. But he is a pass protector type that also has B run block, which is something that I do like to look for. So we'll take Zach Gray. He could be a tackle. He is only 6'3", but we'll take him. Normal dev. He might not be as good as I'm thinking, but we'll see. All right, I'm cheating. We picked 280 plus overall players. That's insane. I don't even know the last time that's happened other than in a goofy rebuild where we have like every 1st round pick or something, or like just something stupid like that. Goddamn trains. I thought it was gone. But it looks like Warren McDonald is tied for 2nd in terms of overall, and then Adrian Stalker is tied for 5th. So we got 2 top 5 players. I guess on this list, Stalker's ranked 6th, but like close enough. What a draft. This team could be broken by the end of this. And then I also did make these 2 picks. Zach Gray, 74. He's whatever. That's actually decent value for the 4th, but it just doesn't compare to these other 2, obviously. And then Sean Beal is a 71. I took him too because he had good speed and acceleration, or elite, I think they were. But what's so good about Warren McDonald? He's just super good at everything. Nothing he's like insane at. He does have really good medium route, but and change direction and ball carrier. Okay, that's what's so good about him. After the catch, he is a monster. Because, you know, if I just saw this, I would guess he's like a 78, but 95 change direction, 90 ball carrier. You know what? I always have to do this. I'm obviously not going to switch him, but what would he be at running back? An 85 as a rookie. That's crazy. And then Adrian Stalker, obviously just insanely strong. Also really good run block finesse. 91 impact block, 87 lead block. Remember what I was saying about the super high impact and lead block being 80 plus overall guards. Probably not going to play him at tackle because he has 70 pass block. He's a really bad pass blocker, but should be a really good guard. But let's get into year 2 and we will see how the team is looking. But here's a look at the team heading into year 2. Looking good. 88 overall offense, only an 80 defense, but our defense should get better as we, you know, add more players, hopefully. But yeah, this offense is great. We'll see how it does. That's the big thing. I got to remember to start Jahmyr Gibbs too, who I definitely feel like deserves superstar, but whatever. Oh yeah, I also moved Gray to left tackle. He will be our left tackle this year at least. He's just the best pass protector. He didn't even go down in overall from guard to tackle, so that's good. Can't wait for him to allow 20 sacks, even though pass protection is his, you know, thing. And we definitely need a number 2 pass rusher on defense. I like like James Houston in real life, but I don't know how he's gonna do here. I guess it would be hard for him to be worse than Marcus Davenport getting 1 sack last year, but we'll see. But let's get to the midseason point of year number 2, and we will see how this team does. All right, well, let's not use the Lions offensive playbook. We are 2-5, and we have the 29th offense for points per game with an 88 overall offense. Why? All right, what's a good offense? I don't want to go Chiefs. I feel so lame going with the Chiefs, but like, you can't really blame me for picking the Chiefs because it's the one consistently good playbook in this game. What's a pass-heavy offense in Madden? God, we could try the Bengals. I always have such bad experiences going with the Bengals playbook though, but we'll try it. We'll try to be a little different. I've seen a lot of people say it's good. Oh, on a positive note, McDonald has X Factor. I honestly thought he just had star because he didn't get any upgrades in the preseason, but no, he has X Factor. But yeah, let's go with the KC offense. I also went with the Bills defense because I always do, and I always like to go West Coast spread. So hopefully our offense is better now. Maybe, we'll see. But we have some re-signings to worry about. Oh, we have negative 4.5 mil. Well, we'll say goodbye to DJ Reader and Alex Anzalone. They aren't interested, to be fair. We also have Kevin Zeitler. I forgot about that. And then we'll have the 5th year for Aiden Hutchinson and Jamison Williams. Honestly, I don't know if Jamison Williams is worth that. He just gets injured a lot in real life, and here we kind of like phased him out, unfortunately. Maybe we'll use him now more now that we have a new offensive playbook, but we'll see. But let's get to the end of the year, and hopefully we can bounce back, but we'll see. Hold on. I just realized what I did. Y'all were probably confused as hell. I didn't set the Bengals offense. I just went complete like autopilot and I set the Chiefs. I even was like talking about it and set the West Coast spread. What's wrong with me? All right, well, we'll try Cincinnati. I don't know what a good scheme is. It says, sure, multiple zone runs. Sometimes it's better to not match it exactly. How about vertical zone run? We're a little better scheme fit for it too. But okay, now let's get to the end of the year and we'll see what happens. All right, we once again finished 7-10. This year, our defense ended up being terrible and our offense ended up getting better, but still not great. This is a certified Madden simulation moment. 2 8-9 teams made the playoffs. So many 8-9 teams make the playoffs in Madden, and 9-8. I don't like it. But let's see what went wrong this year. I should have thought to check, like, if we should bench anyone at the midseason. I don't know why I didn't check, but ooh, Jared Goff was actually really good this year. Pretty good. 3,700 yards, which is okay. 30 touchdowns, only 7 picks. We'll take that. The completion percentage wasn't great, but usually that's just a product of the offensive playbook anyways, so whatever. Ooh. Okay, Jahmyr Gibbs isn't good in this game. We'll give him another year, obviously, but David Montgomery was definitely better last year. Only 3.6 yards per carry for Gibbs. Unlucky. Over 1,300 yards for Amon-Ra St. Brown, though. 14 touchdowns. Really nothing outside of him, though. I wish Warren McDonald did more. I didn't think he would do great as a rookie, but I thought he would be like an 800-yard, like 8-touchdown guy. No. Oh, that's great. Or like probably average of an 87 overall offensive line. Was horrible. Love to see that. Allowed 37 sacks and only 495 passes, or I guess 497. We allowed 38, I guess. But on defense, 123 tackles for Jack Campbell, TFLs 24 for Hutchinson, 14 for Reader, 12 for McNeil, and sacks. Really similar numbers to last year, but Hutchinson with 16, double what he had last year. So I guess not really similar numbers. 9 for McNeil, but James Houston with only 1. I guess he wasn't worse than, why can I never remember his name? I keep wanting to say Jonathan Grenard. If there's a player, like, or whoever I'm thinking of might be the player I have the hardest time remembering their name with. Either him or Derwin James for some reason. What is his name? What? It's like something Nard, right? I don't know. Who cares? Y'all know who I'm talking about. But for interceptions, 3 for Joseph, 2 for Davis, and then 1 for a few players. Brian Branch really hasn't been that good. Only 2 pass deflections, 1 pick. He's gotten a good amount of tackles, but I don't know. What did he do last year? Okay, last year he was actually a lot better. Never mind. 3 picks, 7 pass deflections. That's pretty good. But MVP goes to Lamar. Offensive Player of the Year goes to Brandon Ayuk. Again, we have our favorite top 3 as the top 3. It's always one of these 3 who win it. But Amon-Ra St. Brown at number 7. We'll take that. Defensive Player of the Year does go to Aiden Hutchinson. Normally, when I have him in rebuilds, he does, I guess not horribly, but he usually stays around the 8 sack mark. So I'm glad he broke that here already. already. But Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Chester Edmonds for the Giants, McDonald at 5, and Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Anthony Reese, of course, for the division rival Vikings. We haven't been cucked yet. We haven't gotten number 2 for an award, I don't think. Maybe we did last year. I can't remember. But what do we do? What should we do? Because we were bad once again. Let's just get into the offseason. We definitely need another pass rusher, but honestly, well, we obviously do. But I don't even know that pass rush was our main issue. It just looked like we allowed a lot of yards. We'll see. But in the Super Bowl, the Ravens beat the Packers 31-24. That is the new Chiefs-Cowboys, low-key. Ooh, and Aiden Hutchinson gets 2 upgrades. He's already almost a 99 overall, playing up to a 99 overall with morale. But let's see who we want to re-sign. I don't know. We should be able to restructure and free up a ton of cap space, but right now we have negative 10 mil. We're gonna free it up. I want free agents. I want to find a way to make this team good, so we will restructure any contract we can, and let's see how much money we end up with. All right, well, we actually freed up, I guess, about 58 mil. We're now up to 47.9, so we should be able to bring back, hopefully, DJ Reader, assuming he wants to, but he's gonna be really expensive. Maybe we shouldn't, because he's asking 21 per year on a neutral deal, and we're obviously not going to be able to get him for that. You'd be asking 26 per year for very player friendly. I'm good, probably. We'll obviously pick up the 5th year for Aiden Hutchinson, and then for Jamison Williams, I'm good. 24 mil, I don't want to necessarily let him walk, but I also don't want to pay him that much money when we're, kind of tight in terms of money. Kevin Zeitler still hasn't retired, surprisingly, so we'll go another 1 year, 7.4 mil. Never mind, he rejects it. Understandable. I guess I can't really blame him. I'm sure you would just want to win at the end of your career. But in free agency, it's a lot of the usual players, a lot of Browns players here. But let's see what we want to do. I definitely want a new tackle. It's hard to find one that actually plays well. Like 16 sacks in a year at right tackle. That's crazy. And you know what? We might just sign Zadarius Smith, honestly. He's been doing pretty good, it looks like. But there are 7 teams interested, so we might have some pretty big offers. No, we do easily get the lead. Okay, that's surprising. But let me look through here and we will see what we want to do. But here in free agency, we are going for a decent class. It's actually pretty good. We don't really have that many major needs on the team. I mean, tackle is arguably one of them, but again, I don't trust the tackles in this game. Garrett Bowles was very good for the Broncos last year, but I've had him play very horribly. Like 20 sacks allowed in a season horribly. So I don't know. We'll just hope our O-line does better. That's usually a better strategy than trying to fix it, because O-line play is so entirely random. But of course, we are going to go for Zadarius Smith, Rasul Douglas, Kevin Zeitler, and Ernest Jones. None of them are interested. I guess Ernest Jones is a little bit, but we do have the lead for all these 3 players. So let's see if they want to sign. My guess is we'll probably get like 3 out of these 4. Make that 1, maybe 2 if we get Kevin Zeitler. Rasul Douglas has an offer from the Ravens that we can't compete for, so unlucky. You know what? I know I said it's usually better to not sign linemen, but we can't really get a lead for Joel Bitonio either. Should we try Garrett Bowles? Is that a bad idea? We'll try a 1 year. 1 year, 20 mil, which is a lot, but we'll try it. And then I guess we're still in the mix-ish for Zadarius Smith. So out of these 3, we'll see who wants to sign. It looks like Zadarius Smith goes to the Jets. Awesome. And we do sign Garrett Bowles. Kevin Zeitler probably not going to sign, but, well, he might. Hold on. We do have a lot of money left over. I feel the need to do something with that because we were 7-10, but I don't know who to sign. Like, there really isn't anyone good left. Especially now. Yeah, there's really not much we can do anymore, so decent free agent class, but just nobody was interested, and there weren't that many players I wanted, but we'll probably get Kevin Zeitler, I would assume. So let's just get to the draft, and we will see what we want to do. I think it's pretty obvious I want a defensive end, but we'll see if there are any good ones available. But here in the draft, we pick at number 15? We have that different of a pick from last year going with the same record? That's insane, but I guess 8 and 9 teams were playoff teams, so I guess that makes sense, kinda. But anyways, I was expecting us to have a better pick, so the players I wanted are gone. Unfortunately, we don't have any of the outside linebacker edge rushers scouted, and I am horrible at being able to tell who is good, so this is a recipe for success, definitely. They all just look so similar to me. I don't know how to differentiate which ones are actually good and which ones suck. I think I am gonna go with Luke Wilbur. He looks okay. okay. Good speed, great strength, great acceleration, A power moves, possibly A awareness, B block shed, sure. Hidden dev, okay, cool. 82 speed, 88 excel, 81 strength. He might be decent. I highly doubt he was the best one available, but he could be. I'll try to remember to check after the draft. But in round 2, ooh, the safeties are still here. Okay, John Parsons. If he wasn't here, I would have traded this back. He looks decent. The man coverage is great, obviously. A to C pursuit, that's great. Hopefully it's an A. B to D awareness, though. Hopefully it's a B. I honestly thought he would be better, but he still looks good. And our secondary's been such a problem, or something has. I don't even know. I could say it's been our pass rush, but we had a decent pass rush overall last year. Just one player massively underperformed in James Houston. This is tough. I'm gonna go. I guess we could look for another 80 overall lineman, but like we don't really need one. I mean, this is one right here for sure. Should we do that? We could. This might be another. This guy, probably not an 80, but Ty Hampton also looks insane. Even Christopher Freeman looks really good from what I can tell. Maybe we should go with another lineman. I mean, Kevin Zeitler obviously won't be here forever if we even were able to sign him. Even Michael Miller looks great. 40 bench reps, elite strength. Okay, it's either Lance Jackson or John Parsons. I feel better about Lance Jackson, so I think we're going to take him. Only 21 years old, too. Don't know where we're going to play him, but I've said it once. I'll say it a million times. It's always good to draft good players, whether you need them now or not. Hidden dev, 90 strength. Sounds good. I honestly thought he would have a little better strength, but we'll take it. And then the last pick I'm going to show here. Okay, Parsons is gone, unfortunately, so we're probably not going to go with a safety. Ooh, Taylor Paul actually... Oh, ooh, okay, never mind. C to F awareness, I'm probably good, but a run support safety with great speed is kind of rare, I will say that. Let's go with Ladarius Spain. Great speed, good strength, great acceleration, really well-rounded player. Everything is at least a B, at least everything that's scouted so far. A player X, so probably nothing crazy, but maybe like a 74. We'll take him. Hidden dev, 88 strength, 74 speed. Sounds good. Okay, this was another very good draft. I wish we had this luck in the Panthers rebuild that I did, in the 10-year rebuild, because the highest overall player we got was like a 79 the whole time. And then this year, Luke Wilbur is a 76. He's honestly better than I expected. I thought he would only be like a 74. We'll see what his overall is at defensive end. Honestly, maybe I should have gone with a speed rusher because I think that's our scheme. Not necessarily our scheme, but our rush end scheme. But he is a 71 speed rusher. He isn't horrible there. I kind of thought he would be worse because he's kind of slow. I mean, not slow, but 82 speed isn't phenomenal for someone who's only 253. But yeah, he looks good. And then obviously Lance Jackson is insanely good. 82 overall. Not a scheme fit, unfortunately, but 90 impact block, 93 lead block. That might be the highest awareness I've ever seen for a rookie. He has 86 before even playing a snap. That seems a little bit insane, but we'll take it. He looks like he would have that level of awareness. He looks wise. He looks about 51 years old. And then Ladarius Spain is okay. He's only a 73. He's whatever. But I also took Justin Rowe, who is a 76 overall receiver in what, the 4th round I took him? Yeah, so that was a good pick. Our possible Jamison Williams replacement, we'll see. And then the CPU took a decent tight end, Jose Diaz. He's 272 pounds. Good lord. He's not even a blocking type and he's that big? Why? I feel like he would be better if he lost a little bit of weight. I mean, he has 85 speed at 272. Wouldn't it be better to play at like 250 and be like really fast? I don't know. But either way, really good draft, and hopefully that can somehow translate to wins. I mean, it obviously does in real life, but Madden's a different story. We'll see what happens. But here's a look at the team heading into year 3. This is a very good roster, at least on offense. We have a 91 overall offense. If our offense isn't good this year, I can't say what I would want to do on YouTube. I'll say that. Our defense, I would understand if it's bad. It still shouldn't be necessarily, because I don't really get why it's only an 81, but I would understand because it is only an 81 overall. You know, it's better, I guess, than it was last year. It should develop a lot. We have a lot of younger players now, so that's good at least. Also, this Lacey guy, what's his name? Zeke Lacey. He's developed 2 overall in the preseason. He was a 67, or well, he was a 65 at middle linebacker. I moved him to outside and he was a 67, and then he went up to a 69 since then, so could have a good dev trait. Now that I pointed him out, he absolutely will not, but he could. But anyways, let's get to the mid-season point of year 3, and hopefully we can maybe have a winning record. Is that too much to ask? We'll see. Okay, finally, we are 5-2 at the mid-season point of year 3. Finally as good as we should be doing. We have a good offense offense, it's maybe not as good as it should be, but we have, at least for points per game, the best defense in the league. For yards, it's a little worse at 11th, but still. We have the most sacks in the league. Well, that sucks because I set defensive end as our focus position because I thought we were still going to need it. Actually, I might still be able to change it. Yeah, I can. Okay. I mean, we don't really need O-line anymore either, but whatever. Now watch, we're going to finish the year with 20 sacks. Not going to get another one for the second half of the year. But yeah, we're doing very well so far. Not much for us to go over here except re-signings, and for re-signings, we have negative 61 mil in cap. That might be unfixable, honestly. Thankfully, we don't have that many players to re-sign. I mean, I would maybe want Kirby Joseph back. I mean, I would want Kirby Joseph back, but probably not gonna happen. And then I would maybe want Garrett Bowles back. It depends on how he's doing. Probably well so far. No, we should bench him. See, I called that. I knew that was gonna happen. I don't know how we're 5-2 with our left tackle allowing 7 sacks, but and our running back only having 3.4 yards per carry. How are we 5-2? I mean, we should be based on record or based on overall, but not in terms of how the players are doing. Other than Bowles, our line is doing well, but let's bench Bowles. Hopefully we can find a left tackle eventually, though. We'll put Gray back at left tackle. He wasn't great last year, but it'll have to do. So let's get to the end of the year, and we will see how we finish. But here we are at the end of the year, and super quick, before I reveal how we did, if you haven't already, be sure to leave a like on the video. Again, 1,000 likes, and I will do whatever team y'all vote for next. Probably either the Commanders or Giants, but we'll see. So again, vote either one of those two teams or the Eagles or Cowboys. And again, subscribe for more because I'm gonna be doing a rebuild of every team, so eventually I will get to your favorite team or maybe whatever team you would want to see. And question of the day, you know what? I don't think I've done this one yet, surprisingly. Maybe I have, I don't know, but I think it's been a while. But who do y'all think is gonna win the Super Bowl this year? I probably shouldn't answer that question because last year I predicted the Bengals and then Joe Burrow immediately got injured and then played injured, so everyone now thinks he's horrible because they'll look at his stats even though he was injured, and then got taken out for the rest of the year in like week 11. So I cursed the Bengals, so I probably shouldn't make a prediction for who's going to win the Super Bowl. But let me know who y'all think is going to win it in the comments. I'm sure there are going to be a lot of answers of the Lions because this is a Lions rebuild, but I will refrain from commenting because I don't want to curse any teams again. But anyways, as for dev traits, I feel like we've also already gotten more in this rebuild than when I did the 10-year rebuild of the Panthers. Lance Jackson has superstar. We don't know what Rowe has yet. Unfortunately, that was our only superstar. Wilbur only has star. Diaz has star, and Lacey only has star. Unfortunate. And Spain. So unlucky, but at least we got one. But anyways, in year number 3, we finished 12-5, and we made the playoffs. Almost said 11-6 because I was looking at the Panthers, which again, that's the team I just rebuilt. I've referenced that like 5 times in this rebuild for some reason. But as for season stats, Jared Goff, 4,100 yards, 33 touchdowns, only 10 picks, 72 completion percentage. Hey, Jahmyr Gibbs actually ended up being pretty decent. 1,000 yards, close-ish to 1,100, 4.2 per carry, 11 touchdowns. But David Montgomery, 5.6 per carry. I'm sure Lions fans would hate me, but we might want to look for another running back. I mean, this year Gibbs was actually good, but seeing Montgomery get 5.6 per carry makes me think the blocking was just super good. I don't know. We'll see. But Amon-Ra St. Brown, 1,100 yards, 8 touchdowns. Warren McDonald was 3 away from 1,000, 10 touchdowns, though. Jameson Williams and Sam Laporta both did well, though, 800 yards. It looks like this Bengals offense is pretty good. And then for blocking, it definitely was better to start Gray. Allowed 1 less sack in over 100 more snaps, so he definitely did better. Not a whole lot better, but better. And then on defense, I see something interesting. 132 tackles for Campbell, led the team. TFL's 22 for Spain as a rookie. He could be up there for Defensive Rookie of the Year. He'll probably be number 2 and will probably get cucked. Probably by a division rival too. But 18 for Hutchinson and Wilbur as a rookie. 14 for McNeil, and sacks. 20.5 for Aiden Hutchinson. And he absolutely carried because the next closest was 6.5. But yeah, 6.5 for Spain and McNeil, 5.5 for Wilbur. Better than last year. We'll take that. Oh, we only had 5 total picks on the year, so our secondary is still a problem, apparently. 2 for Davis and then 1 for 3 players. What do we do about that? What can we do about that? I'm super glad I re-signed Afadu Melifonwu for him to get 0 picks and 0 pass deflections. How much would it be to cut him? We'll wait until the offseason, but we're replacing him. That's, like, inexcusable. I'm probably going to bench him in a second, too. That's absurd. But MVP, goes to Patrick Mahomes. Will we see someone other than either Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Dak Prescott, or Lamar Jackson? Probably Jalen Hurts. Tua on the Vikings. Ew. Gross. I don't think I've ever seen JJ McCarthy become good in this game. I don't know why. But Offensive Player of the Year goes to Brandon Ayuk. Shocker. Look at the top. You'll never guess what the top 3 was. It's not like it's the same top 3 every year. Defensive Player of the Year does go to Aiden Hutchinson, though, pretty unsurprisingly, so we'll take that. What is a little surprising is I don't think Micah Parsons has won Defensive Player of the Year. Once again, I'm going to reference the Panthers rebuild. I think he won 8 out of the 10 Defensive Player of the Years. But Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Kendall Thomas for the Saints. Didn't they have someone named Kendall Thomas? Maybe I'm just thinking of Pierre Thomas. I don't know. And Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Braden Shipp for the 49ers. Spain at 3. Well, we didn't get second, but we also didn't win it. So I don't know if that's... Well, it's definitely better than getting second, but I wish we won it. Wilbur at 5. But we are, of course, going to be taking on the Carolina Panthers in the wild card. We have a 10 overall better offense than them, and just 5 overall in general. We should absolutely dumpster this team. Like, this should not be close. It honestly looks like a lot of certain things on their team weren't that good. Like, they were 22nd for takeaways. I guess we were 32nd, though. They were 11th for sacks, 25th for touchdowns allowed. How did this team go 11-6? This game is so backwards. we have a first of many scenario, though. So glad this is our first time in the playoffs. Well, this is probably the Panthers' 3rd time in the playoffs here. We'll go play it cool. Oh yeah, I also decided to keep Dan Quinn. I didn't bring Mikey McDingle into this one. Maybe I should have, though. Maybe we would be doing better. But anyways, let's simulate this game against the Panthers. Let's see what happens. I'm scared. Yeah. What did I expect? This game drives me insane. 2K, please save us. 2K, please. If you can hear me, please save us. But in the Super Bowl, we have... How many Super Bowls have the Ravens won so far? Oh, they're 3 for 3 in them, but they've won 2 of the 3. They beat the 49ers here. I was about to say a Harbaugh rematch, but I forgot. He went to the Chargers, not back to the 49ers. I guess this is a rematch of the Harbaugh Super Bowl, but with only one Harbaugh remaining there. What am I talking about? Let's get into the offseason. I just cut the shit out of my hand on a screw on the bottom of my desk. I'm surprised there isn't a cover for that. It's like right where your hands would be, and it's sharp. Probably got like metal slivers in my hand now. That's awesome. I'm really putting my life on the line for y'all out here. But of course, for re-signings, we still have negative 49 mil. How much do I care, though? Let me see who we can restructure. Is there anyone we can cut and have it actually make sense? Probably not. Well, Garrett Bowles we would cut, but that wouldn't do anything because his contract's just going to expire. It doesn't count towards the cap right now. I don't even know how many players we can restructure. We might just be cooked. We'll see. But I'll try to restructure some deals and we'll see what happens. Oh, no. Okay, we can't restructure many of them. We're set to have 216. Oh, we probably have to re-sign everyone next year. All right, I think we'll just take the L this year, though. And let's get to the draft. Well, no, I need to pick up the 5th years. We'll pick up the 5th year for Jahmyr Gibbs, Jack Campbell, and that was it. Okay, but let's see what we can do in the draft. We are gonna be drafting a safety, probably. But in the draft, the Dolphins have the #1 pick. We pick at 23. And let's see if we need to trade up this year. Oh, this guy's horrible looking. Glad I focus scouted him because he had, I think, B to D man and B to D play rec, but those were both D's apparently. I mean, other than that, he looks good. It's just that doesn't look good. Oh, and Bernard Andrews looks good on paper, but he had a terrible 40 time. He ran a 4.58. Not a great safety class from what I can see. There was a third guy I oh, it was him. Andrew Donnell. Tight end for the Giants. That was Larry Donnell. Whatever. I don't know. He's probably the best out of them, but he still doesn't look that good. We might trade down a little bit. I was ready to trade up, but only if one of those guys looked really good, and they don't. So at 23, another option is, I guess, taking a corner and moving him to safety, or let's put Brian Branch at safety, actually. Forget what we were gonna do. Let's just do that. Terrence Bullock, I think, is gonna be the pick. He looks good. I wish he had a little better awareness. Hopefully it is a B, but even if it is a C, he had a really good combine. A-man, B-zone, B-press. Looks good. I'm trying to remember if we even need a 4th corner, or I guess what would be a 3rd corner. I'm pretty sure we do. So let's take him. Hidden dev. Maybe could have traded down for him, but I still think he's worth it. 93 speed, 95 excel, 93 change direction, 93 jumping. Loves his 93s, I guess. And then round 2, I have no idea what I want to do. There were some good-looking guards, but I would assume they're gone. Yeah. There is Jerry Covington. 1st to 2nd round talent. Oh, he had 4 elite traits or ratings from the combine. good speed, great accelerate, or I always call change of direction acceleration. I don't know why. We're probably going to take him because we're still kind of trying to figure out our O-line. I mean, it's really good on paper, but keywords on paper. Being good on paper and actually being good are two completely different things in Madden, which I guess that's kind of the case sometimes in real life, but that's more of a difference between really good and pretty good, not really good and absolutely horrible. Anyways, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just rambling. Let's go with Jerry Covington. Looks good. Hidden dev, 92 strength, 80 jumping, 84 excel. Sounds good. Do I ever not say sounds good after I pick a player? I don't know. And then last pick of the draft here. I don't think I've made a single trade in this rebuild, but we haven't really needed to, I guess. Let's see. Is there a corner with good zone and good tackling? I see a lot of man corners. This dude has C zone, but A press. You know what? DJ Killings is interesting. He might be really horrible, but he could be actually really good. He had a good combine, nothing too insane, but good. And he has A awareness and A pursuit, but he also has D man coverage and C to F play rec. But he does have B tackle, B hit power. I would guess he's more of a run support safety than a zone safety, so maybe his zone is really good. It's A to C. It could be an A. It could also be a C, though. You know what? He's more than worth the risk in the late third. Plus, he's only 21, even if he isn't that good. Yeah, let's take him. Normal dev, unfortunate. But we'll see what his overall is. I might make one more pick, we'll see. I usually do, but I will see y'all for the draft recap. Okay, this was another really good draft. I wish we had this good at drafts in the 10-year rebuild. I keep referencing that, and I won't stop. But we did super well again. Terrence Bullock, 78 overall, hidden dev. He will be our third corner. He's also 6'3" with 90. I didn't even notice he was 6'3", but he's an athletic freak. Jerry Covington, 75 overall. I mean, that's about what I expected, you know. Usually first to second round talents are around to 75. Looks good, for sure. But DJ Killings, I wish he had a dev trait because he is a 76. He does have 78 zones, so it was maybe an A. That's probably an A. I think we're going to start him despite having normal dev. We'll hope that he does well and gets a dev trait, but yeah, it's not like we really have another option at safety. I mean, we have Melifonwu, but he was horrible. We lost Kirby Joseph, so it's going to be him and Branch, probably. And then my last pick was Darrell Hodges. He had an A to C medium route. It was probably a C. I took a chance. It was a late fourth. That was a fine pick. A 70 is probably a late fourth-ish type value. Maybe even better. I don't know. The CPU did nothing as per usual, but another good draft. But let's get into maybe the second to last season here. We'll see how long we want to go, but let's see how the team's looking. Okay, well, I was going to trade a Fadu Melifonwu, but I forgot we have negative 41.7 mil. Well, not just that much. 44.9 mil in cap. I don't know why you can't trade players to save money. That's stupid. I guess it would maybe make sense to not be able to trade for players when you have negative cap, but it's not like that's a thing in real life. You can still trade for players if you have negative cap. You just can't have negative cap in the regular season, or I don't even know how that works. I think you get penalized if you have negative cap space during the regular season. I can't remember how that works, but game bad, big shocker. But here's a look at the team heading into year 4. We are looking really good. Up to an 88 overall, 93 overall offense, and still only an 84 defense, but it is better than last year, at the start of last year, and again, it should get better throughout the year. Did I mention that Spain got superstar? I might have, but that could be pretty huge. I think really the most important player on our defense, well, obviously we need Aiden Hutchinson to play as well as he should, but we need to see how Wilbur will do. He's been okay so far, but I guess he only had 1 year. I thought he was a third-year player for some reason, but hopefully he can get a few more sacks this year. And I guess another very important player is DJ Killings. We'll see how he does as a rookie. Again, I wish he had a dev trait, but whatever. And then our offense is obviously looking really good, like I said. We're probably going to end up benching some offensive linemen. We'll see who that ends up being. My guess is Gray, but you never know. But let's get to the midseason point of year 4, and we will see how the team does. I love this game. Never change. The amount of times I've come into a record, that could have been phrased better, but like started a recording with a sigh lately should be telling. I feel like, I don't know. We are 3-4 at the midseason, and we have the 4th best offense or 4th best defense in the league, at least in terms of points per game, with an 84 overall defense, and the 29th best offense in the league with a 92 overall offense. Let's pretend we're doing well. I should just start doing that. And I've genuinely considered, like, forcing wins for an entire rebuild just because y'all know I don't like this game. I just like football. And why be at mercy to this game's garbage simulation when we should just, you know, force the wins? I don't know. I'm sure people would complain about that, but I've mentioned this before, but that's how I used to do, like, rebuilds at times. I would do, like, an entirely random week every 4-ish weeks because, you know, weird stuff happens in real life sometimes, not all the time, like it does in Madden. And then I would count a home game as a +1 overall. So I would count the Bears as an 87 and us as an 88, but I would still give us the win because we're higher overall. That's kind of how I would do it. And it worked out pretty well. Like it led to some, you know, realistic Super Bowls rather than just Chiefs Cowboys every year. This game pains me. But we have some re-signings to worry about. Of course, it is the majority of our team. Oh, and nobody's interested. Awesome. Well, let's start with Aiden Hutchinson. We'll go very player-friendly. 6 years, 268 mil, and he doesn't take it. Surprising. Shocking, even. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 6 years, 239 mil. He does take it. Okay. Penei Sewell, 7 years, 218 mil. He takes it. Sam Laporta, 4 years, 60 mil. He takes it. And Jared Goff. Obviously nowhere near what he got in real life. This is not even close. But I'm still going to submit this because this is what every other team is getting away with too. This is just market value for an 84 overall QB. I'll up it a little bit just so he accepts it for sure. But yeah, just a little bit cheaper than the deal he got in real life, like half of what he got. He takes it. God. We still have, of course, Aiden Hutchinson, but we already offered him one, so that doesn't really count towards the 19 mil. But Brian Branch, Terrion Arnold, Carlton Davis, Frank Ragnow. You know, I completely forgot we had Ennis Rakestraw. I was like, who did the Lions draft in the second round? I couldn't remember. I forgot they drafted him. It's kind of weird they went corner back to back. I mean, like, I know outside corner was an issue for them last year, but they added like 4 of them. I mean, he's a pretty good player. I'm not the biggest Rakestraw fan, but he's decent. It was good where they took him, but I thought the first round hype was kind of crazy. Who should we re-sign though? Ragnow, Arnold, or Branch? Well, Branch isn't interested, so that'll be a lot harder. I think we will be able to bring everyone back here though, because restructuring at the end of the year, we're going to be able to restructure like every contract we have. I'm going to go with Terrion Arnold because I'm scared of an even worse secondary than we've had, but our defense is good this year. It was just bad last year. I don't know. He's cheap. 5 years, 41 mil. That's a long deal for being that cheap. And we still have 12 mil. Can't quite afford Ragnow. We could afford Davis, but he's going to be 30 and he's going to regress. All right, we'll just wait till the end of the year. But let's not get in, but let's get to the end of this season. And hopefully our offense starts to do better, or else we're going to be undergoing another playbook change because this is stupid. This game drives me insane. What? Huh? Maybe we shouldn't have re-signed anyone at all. That might be the worst season I've ever had in a rebuild. In terms of overall compared to performance, we finished 4-12 with an 89 overall team, which probably would have been like a 90 or 91 had we, you know, not gone 4-12 and not had -2 morale for almost everyone. Wow. Okay, I think I'm good on the Bengals offense. It was good for a year. Okay, Jared Goff did well. Oh, I see the problem already. 3,800 yards, 30 touchdowns, only 9 picks, 69 completion percentage. Should I point out the problem now or should we get to it? We'll get to it when we get to it. It's just going to be a second. Jahmyr Gibbs, we're going to find a new running back, 3.8 yards per carry. That's lovely. Oh, I thought that was Will McDonald because we do have him, but no, Warren McDonald. Amon-Ra St. Brown, almost 1,100 yards, 11 touchdowns, almost 1,000 for Justin Rowe. You know what? I think I found the problem with our team. We have a receiver wearing a number in the 20s, possibly the worst sin you could commit in football. It's up there. It is so ugly. I hate it. But, for blocking, see, you know, I don't know if Madden simulation is scripted, but it feels scripted sometimes. Like, I'm sure there is some kind of code to, like, force bad seasons. Maybe. I don't know. But why? Like, how often does a team with the best roster in the league go 4-12? I mean, I don't know if we have the best, but at least like a top 3. I mean, okay, here's the thing. I always say this. A team can do that poorly with that good of a roster if they get injured. We don't have injuries on here, obviously. Penei Sewell at a 97 overall allowed 12 sacks. That's realistic. Our right guard allowed 8 sacks. That might be the worst right guard season I've seen in a long time. This is just, we were doomed from the start. Like, we had no no chance of doing well this year. I couldn't have benched all of our linemen. We didn't have enough. But Jack Campbell, 148 tackles, TFL's 20 for Spain, 19 for... Who cares? Oh, Luke Wilbur did really well. That's cool. Good thing we went 4-12, or 4-12-1. Can't forget that one at the end. And we had 5 total interceptions, so that was still an issue. Wow. What do I do? Yeah, MVP goes to Lamar for like the 3rd out of 4 years here. He's becoming the new Patrick Mahomes and or Dak Prescott. I feel like this game broke my brain. I can't even remember what team we are. What team are we doing? We're doing the Lions. Hutchinson at 6 for Defensive Player of the Year. Somehow Wilbur was lower than him. I guess he had more TFLs. I don't know. Wilbur at 9. A Cowboys player wins Offensive Player of the Year. Big shocker. Where do we go from here? What do we do? Well, we're definitely... Do we even switch the offensive playbook? It was good last year, and this just feels like I said, a classic scripted bad season in simulation. Yeah, I mean, if Madden wants to play that game, then I will play Madden harder. We're going KC and West Coast spread for like the 10th rebuild in a row because we don't do well unless we have those. Do I No, people cry when I even bring up forcing wins. Here's the thing. I know I do Madden rebuilds. I don't give a shit about Madden. Like I've said a million times, I try to think about this in more of a just football sense than a Madden sense, because I don't know, this game pains me. Let's get into the offseason, the final offseason here. I need to do more research into like I know there is a mod that makes simulation more realistic. I need to look into that because I feel like that would make my videos a lot better than, you know, what just happened this year. But in the Super Bowl, we have 2 great NFL teams. The Chargers beat the Vikings 28-21. I'm sure they're both 82 overall teams. The Vikings are an 85, which we are, I mean, only 4 overall better than, but if we did well, we would be like probably 6 overall better than them. And the Chargers are an 84. That's all I'm going to say about that. Before re-signings, the final re-signing period of the rebuild, I don't expect Aiden Hutchinson to want to re-sign after us going 4-12, but we'll go 6 years, 275 mil, and he doesn't re-sign, so we are going to tag him. Actually, let's re-sign the other players first, and then we'll tag him. But, okay, real quick, let me restructure all the deals that we can, and we should actually end up with a decent amount of money. I don't know how much of that is going to go towards re-signings, but we'll see. Okay, we now have 73 mil in cap to work with. Ooh, Carlton Davis got superstar dev. We'll try to bring him back. 2 years, 20 mil. We'll even go 3 just so he accepts it. He takes it. Frank Ragnow obviously was horrible this year. I mean, he was like our best lineman, though. 5 sacks at center isn't great, but it was better than 12 at right tackle from a 97 overall. So we'll offer him 4 years, 74.4, and he doesn't take it. Awesome. So we're going to need a new center. Brian Branch, I don't even know if I want him back. He's been kind of bad. I mean, we'll offer him 7 years, 151 mil. He takes it. Cool, I guess. That could even be a bad thing, though. We'll see. And then I think that's all. So I guess we'll pick up the 5th year for McDonald. It doesn't matter. And then we will tag Aiden Hutchinson. But now, let's once again restructure all of our deals. I don't even want to make the team better. I feel like the better roster you have, the worse you do. I think we should shoot for like an 85 overall team because that's about what both of the Super Bowl teams were. I don't know. Like, I get there's randomness in real life. Teams underperform and or overperform sometimes. But like, shouldn't the point of this game be like making the best overall team, at least if you're playing it to simulate it rather than play the games? I don't know. And they don't underperform as bad as we did. But here's what we're going to do in free agency, I guess. We could just try to bring Frank Ragnow back, but like, fuck him at this point. He rejected. I don't know. We could. Sure. We don't really need J.R. Brown. I mean, maybe, but he's going to somehow get 0 pass deflection. He's going to get negative interceptions for the first time ever somehow. He's going to like intercept the ball and then hand it off to the offense's receiver and let them run for a touchdown. I guess that would count as 1 still, but you know what I mean. Frank Ragnow, do you want to come back, please? He does. Bless up. This is like the worst I've felt doing a rebuild. This year ruined me. I'm not doing well. You know what? I'm going to be annoying. Let's average out our offensive lines overall. We had, 47 sacks allowed, and we have a 87.8 overall offensive line if you average out all the overalls. With the neutral morale, not with the -1. So, like, I counted him as obviously, I counted Stalker as an 86. Do I even have to explain? I feel like, I don't even want to say that. That's mean. But, no, I will say it. Sometimes I get comments that are so stupid that are complaining about what I do that I feel like I have to over-explain everything in the videos. There are some people, man, that I don't know how, like, I don't know how they ever learned how to walk. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, 87.88 overall offensive line, 47 sacks allowed, or 6, what was it? 46, same, close enough. But in the draft, we pick at number 4. I thought we would pick at, like, 2, but, oh, did I break the franchise? It's not letting me click anything. Did it lock? I hope it locked. I hope it did. No, we're in an offline franchise, so it doesn't really do that. What? Where are we? Oh, I thought we were back in week 1 of free agency. Okay, this game. But, I'm not entirely sure what I want to do with the 4th pick. I honestly don't feel like trading down. I'm gonna be honest. We could, but for what reason? We have an insanely good roster. It's not a roster issue. I mean, I guess it would still be smart to trade down, but, like, what do we do if we trade down? I don't see any good safeties, which is probably our biggest need. Carlos Morrison looks, never mind. I didn't think it would be a Lions rebuild that would break me. It does make sense, though. I mean, this might be a cursed franchise, but let's see. I really don't know what I want to do. We don't need anything. We don't need a receiver. I mean, we could maybe find a good 3rd receiver, but, like, we're not going to use a 3rd receiver. There's almost nothing we could do here that would make an impact for this year. Ooh, Spain got X Factor. How the fuck did Wilbur not get a dev trait? Excuse me? 12.5 sacks. All right. I mean, really, the only thing I would look for here is a safety, but I don't think the number 4 pick is necessarily a good pick for a safety. Plus, there weren't really any good-looking ones. I think we're going to trade this back because I don't see anyone that's, like, obviously super great, and there isn't really anyone at a position needs, so let's go back to, like, 10-ish. 2nd and 3rd round picks to move down to 10. Can't wait for them to pick something they don't need. Receiver, they might have needed one. I don't know. But let's get to number 10, and I guess we'll look for a corner/safety to play corner/safety wherever we want to play him. JD Starling looks pretty good at corner. I don't know how he would be at safety. He does have good hit power and tackle, but he's more of a man type. Good speed, great excel, elite change of direction. We might take him. Oh, Parker Justice, 4.3 speed, ran a 4.29 at his pro day. Jimmy Berry, round 2, looks pretty good. But I think, oh, this guy would probably make a pretty good safety too. But no, I think we are going to go with, why am I addressing the defense instead of the offense? Well, no, our offense was horrible for stupid reasons. Our defense, I still don't trust, so never mind. It makes sense. Let's go with JD Starling out of Memphis, left-handed just like me for real. Probably going to stay at corner like I said, but we'll see. He does have hidden dev, 91 speed, 92 excel, 95 change of direction. Sounds good. Ooh, and there's a 1st-round talent receiver still available. Anthony Starks, we might take him. Dave Carr also looks decent. What's his speed? 4.43, but he has elite agility and acceleration. I don't know. I feel like we should maybe add more to the O-line, but we have like 6 starting caliber linemen at least. And last year we couldn't really done anything about that because all 5 of our starters underperformed. So let's just go with Anthony Starks here out of USF. I almost said UCF. Honestly, looks okay he looks pretty good on paper. So we'll take him. He does surprisingly have hidden dev. I thought for sure he was a normal dev, but no, he does have hidden. We'll take that. And then the last pick of this rebuild, we pick at number 10 in the 2nd round, of course, from the trade down. And let's go with a lineman here. Oh, wait, who is that? I mean, he's a tackle, so he's probably not good. He's probably a 73 overall, but yeah, his power's pretty bad. Well, at least his run block power. He actually could be decent because he's a pass protector and he looks like he has at least okay run blocking. He actually might be pretty good. Wait, but he does only have B pass block power. I always like to look for AAA for all 3. It doesn't matter. Let's just take a chance. Let's learn how to take tackles. This guy could be decent, so we'll take a chance. Probably not good, but he could be. We'll see. But let's see how we did. Man, never did I think a sports video game would make me question my life choices. But here's how we did in the draft. It was low-key kind of disappointing, just like our last season was, to be fair. If we do well this year, it's going to be a miracle. But it doesn't really matter that this draft is disappointing. I guess I should definitely trade down more, and I realize that. It's just a lot of the time, I'm lazy. I'm going to be honest. But JD Starling is whatever, 76 overall. That's not great value for the 10th pick, but that's not the worst. I'm sure there were at least 3 74 overalls that went before that pick. 2 73s, a 71, and a 74. So that makes that pick look really good. Damn, there was an 82 overall corner that went at number 2. You know what? I don't really see many generational players in draft classes. I'm sure they show up a lot more in the very strong ones, but but I feel like they used to show up more in just the strong ones, and now they really don't as much. But anyways, definitely a draft, not the best. Starks is a 75. Jefferson is only a 72. He does suck, so this is why I don't take tackles. He looked good to me at least, and he is not. I always go guards or centers. And then my last pick was Ben Cortez, 74. He's whatever. The CPU picked Brett Fox, and then another linebacker. I guess we did need linebacker. I probably should have taken one sooner, but we really only have two that play much anyways, so it's fine. But let's get into the final year here, and we will see how the team's looking. What did I like closed my eyes when I said that, and I woke up and I was on this screen. Not sure how Dave Carr will handle tight man-to-man coverage. Wasn't he a deep threat? That shouldn't really be the issue, should it? It should be zone or, I guess, press. Whatever. But here's a look at the team heading into the final year. It is an 89 overall. Let me see where that ranks in the league. 93 offense, 85 defense. This year, our defense is going to be horrible, and our offense is probably going to be pretty good. The Ravens also have an 89 overall team. We're going to see a Panthers-Patriots Super Bowl, probably, both being an 83 overall. The 49ers have a 90. Same with the Chiefs, so it looks like we are tied for third, which we'll say that's better than a 4-12 team. Look, if we make the playoffs, I'll be happy. I don't care if we go like 12-5, or something, which is about what we should be, maybe even a little better. No, probably about 12-5. But I would be happy with making the playoffs in general at this point. But yeah, 93 offense. Y'all know the offense. I mean, nothing changed this year. Just players developed. Which, by the way, McDonald is up to a 90 and 91 with morale, so that's cool. We have a great receiver duo. And then the defense, honestly, not that much changed with it either, but Starling's going to be our number 3 corner, and then I moved Bullock to free safety, so we'll see how that goes. But about everything else is the same. We did get a few dev traits on defense, like Jack Campbell got superstar. I think Ernest Jones just got star. I know he had normal at one point. Oh, maybe he got that last year. Never mind. And of course, Spain got X Factor, which is cool, but we'll have to see how this team does. Let's get straight to the end of year number 5. I'll get to the midseason to make sure everything's going well, but we will see how this team finishes. But okay, here we are at the end of year number 4. Year 5, I always lose track. I mean, I don't necessarily lose track, but I love to say the wrong number for some reason. But here we are at the end of year 5. And if you haven't already, again, be sure to leave a like and I will do another rebuild, maybe reluctantly after today's. It's probably going to be a little bit, unless we hit the like goal within the next day or two, which again, 1,000 likes and I will do whatever team gets voted for, either the Commanders, Giants, Eagles, or Cowboys. So let me know which one you would want to see. And again, subscribe for more. Trying to hit 10K by the end of the month. But anyways, in year number 5, we finished 11-6. We'll take it. Still not as good as we maybe should have been, but I'm not going to complain. It could have been so much worse. God, what is wrong with our offense? It wasn't even good with the Chiefs' offensive playbook. We have a fucking 95 overall offense. What is going on? We were 23rd for yards. I'm going to be petty again. Where does a 95 offense rank? I don't know if it's the best, but it might be. Yeah, the 49ers only have a 91. The Chiefs even only have a 93. And I think we're tied for the best roster now. The Seahawks have a 91. That's interesting, but 4 overall better than theirs. I'm sure they did a lot better. Well, maybe. The Seahawks playbooks are awful most of the time, though. But I think we are tied for the best roster in the league now at a 90. So I'm glad we went 11-6. Glad we've been a combined 15-18 in the last 2 years. 15-18-1. That's pretty epic, but I'm just full of complaints today. Well, they're valid complaints, like, good lord, but Jared Goff was good. 4,000 yards, 35 touchdowns, only 9 picks. Not a great completion percentage, but everything else was good. Jahmyr Gibbs was bad. Shocker. I don't know why he's so ass in this game, even after developing as much as he has. Like, he's what, a 92 probably? Oh, good call. But almost 1,300 yards for Amon-Ra St. Brown, 14 touchdowns, 900 yards for Sam Laporta. I kind of thought he would do more in the Chiefs offense, but he was decent. Well, he was good, but for the Chiefs offense, that's for a tight end. And Justin Rowe, 800 yards. I wish Warren McDonald got more catches. I can never remember how the second and third receivers work in the Chiefs offense. Like, I think I should put McDonald as the third receiver. I think that's how that works. So I think I'll do that for the playoffs. And then for blocking, okay, okay, this actually worked. It might have worked out. I benched Zach Gray at the midseason because he had allowed 6 sacks in, I think it was like barely over 400 snaps at the time. So I put Covington at left tackle, and honestly, he wasn't much better. I love love Penei Sewell allowing 22 sacks in the last 2 years total. At a 98 overall, that's pretty awesome. Frank Ragnow, 90 overall, allowed 8 sacks at center. At least our guards were pretty good. But Jack Campbell, 127 tackles, TFLs 19 for Hutchinson in Spain, 16 for Wilbur and McNeil, 11 for Campbell, and sacks, 16.5 for Hutchinson, 11.5 for Spain, 10 for McNeil, only 3.5 for Wilbur, though. At least the interior made up for it, though, and Hutchinson. And then picks, 4 for Jack Campbell. He was really good this year. 127 tackles, 11 for loss, half a sack, 4 picks, 8 pass deflections. Damn. Could be up there for Defensive Player of the Year. But Terrion Arnold with 3, 2 for Davis, and then 1 for Jones and Bullock. But MVP goes to Joe Burrow. Couple real-life rookies up there. Daniels at 2, May at 3. I'm glad it's not Lamar for the 4th year in a row. But Offensive Player of the Year goes to CeeDee Lamb. Hey, it finally wasn't Ayuk, Jacobs, and Lamb as the top 3. Metcalf was up there. Maybe Ayuk went to a new team. I don't know. But Defensive Player of the Year does go to Aiden Hutchinson once again. So I think he's won 2 in this rebuild. That's huge. Spain at 8, Campbell at 9. No McNeil up here, but 3 up there. I love our 85 overall defense outperforming our 95 overall offense. Thanks, Madden. That's cool. Gordon Anderson wins Offensive Rookie of the Year for the Buccaneers. Von Clark at number 9. I definitely know who that is. And Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Danny Rayford for the Panthers. J.D. Starling at 3, which, by the way, he has superstar devs, so that's cool. But, I don't know. We're just gonna have to take the L with the offense. Like, this Lions team is cursed somehow. I don't know. Let's put McDonald as the number 3 receiver. I don't know if the slot receiver has anything to do with it. I don't think it would, though. No, because McDonald is ranked higher as the slot receiver than Rowe. So that should work. And who do we want to put at left tackle? Because Covington wasn't good. Either Jefferson or Cortez. I'm not sure that they'll do any better, but might as well try. Okay, Cortez stays at 75, so we'll try him at left tackle. And at center, let's start Jefferson, because Ragnow was horrible. But we're going to be taking on the Carolina Panthers. Once again, we're almost done with this video, so go to the main channel and watch the Panthers 10-year rebuild if you want to, if you haven't already. It was a lot of fun. It didn't drive me as insane as this one, which is surprising because it was a 10-year rebuild, and normally those require a nap afterwards. We'll say that. And not because they're long, because they're painful. But it was a really fun one. Y'all should go watch it. No spoilers, but it was pretty successful. The Panthers, though, look at their offensive overall. If we lose this game, I'm not sure what I can legally say, but they had the 10th ranked offense for yards, and we were 23rd, while we have a 15 overall better offense. That's pretty awesome. Let's simulate this game. Let's see what happens. Do y'all enjoy my pain? Am I just being annoying? Probably. Who cares? Okay, we smoke them, as we should. I wish we beat them worse. I wish we beat them 100-0. Take all our frustration out on them. I'm glad we destroyed them, because we absolutely deserved to. We were 7 overall better and at home. We beat the shit out of them. But Justin Rowe and Ben Cortez get upgrades. That's cool. Let me check out the stats for that game. Let me see if the benches worked, at least for that game. How do you check stats? It's schedule, and then I guess team schedule. That works. Okay, Jared Goff was good. Jahmyr Gibbs was good. Did he have a fumble? No. Okay, that did make McDonald get more yards. Okay, so that's how the Chiefs offense works, I guess. I always forget. I mean, this was one game. That's a really small sample size, but whatever. Penei Sewell is so bad in this game. I don't know why. God, this is a lot of blue happening. Like almost the same shade of blue. Just the Panthers is a little brighter. I don't want to bench a 98 overall player, but like he's so bad in this game. I also remember times of him being super good. I'm just cursed, I guess. Let's see. Does he have like disciplined penalty? No, he doesn't. He has undisciplined. Maybe that's what does it. I feel like a lot of the time, if there is a lineman that underperforms, maybe it's cheating. I don't really care, but give him disciplined penalty. Sometimes that fixes it. Sometimes it doesn't, but might as well try. I don't know why penalty has anything to do with performance, but sometimes it does make an impact. But we're going to be losing. We're going to be taking on the 10-7 Dallas Cowboys. We have 3 wins on them. We have 1 win on them, 3 overall, and we're at home. We have almost as good of a defense as they do, and we have an 8 overall better offense. Yet, of course, their offense was much better. What else is new? But let's simulate this game. I did my best. I tried. I did. This was certainly a rebuild of all time. We have a 96 overall offense now, and we just lost to the Cowboys in the playoffs. Those are that sentence shouldn't be real. Like, how do you lose to the Cowboys in the playoffs? 2K, please save us. This shaved years off my life. But I did my job. We tied for the best roster in the league with a disgusting offense. I almost want to do one more bonus force win year just to make up for the pain, but I'm tired. I don't want to play this game anymore. I should start branching out with different games. Try to start doing something else. But thank you all so much for watching, to me complain for the last 20 minutes. Again, can you really blame me? But yeah, we built a good team. We built a good team. So what more can I do? But again, 2,500 likes and we will do hopefully a more successful rebuild than this one. Whatever team y'all vote for. And subscribe for more. You can be one of the first 5,000 subscribers on the second channel if you want to be. But again, if you want, go watch the Panthers 10-year rebuild. That one was a lot more fun than this one. A lot less stressful, a lot less painful. But again, thank you all so much for watching, and with that, I will see y'all again in the next video. Goodbye.